our song 2, and that's a song requested by Beato. And on top of that, Daddy K Boys request Deftones with Be Quiet and Drive. Also heard Joe Al wanted to hear some 21 Pilots, so we played Holding On To You, and we kicked things off with some Stone Temple Pilots Interstate Love Song requested by Hero. So it is Wednesday Wellness for today, and as we have been talking about travel and the benefits of travel and being exposed to culture of people from all over the world, we do have a new segment on Rock and Roll. So for today, for the very first time, you get to witness the exchange, and for today we have our special guest from Germany, Tobias Welter. Good morning. Guten Morgen.
Yeah, good morning. Guten Morgen.
So, Toby, tell us, where in Germany are you from?
So actually I come from Krefeld, which is near to Düsseldorf. I grew up here, went to school, and have also worked as a teacher at various schools here.
So what brought you to the Philippines? I mean, why did you, or when did you move here?
So one big reason is for sure, when I've been to Sri Lanka and Thailand back in 2015-16, I noticed that the people in Asia are really warm-hearted and relaxed. This was the beginning of thinking to work in Asia, so then I thought in the end of April this year to write an application just for fun, and it has been a dream of mine to work in Asia for a long time. So, however, I never expected that the school to reply to me at all. So until the end of April this year, I didn't even know that I would be living in the Philippines from mid-July.
So that was a really good surprise for you?
Of course, it was a really big surprise, because I never expected that this big thing will happen.
And once again, it's probably because of your travels in Asia. You went to Sri Lanka, and you went to, where else? Thailand?
Thailand, yeah.
And that was when you realized that you probably would like to live in Asia if you had the opportunity. So there you go. Like, those are some of the benefits of being able to travel, is it broadens your horizons and, enables you to be able to see what the options are out there and to just experience more of what life has to offer. So what about something about Germany that many Filipinos might not know about? Is there something that you have that you celebrate, or something that you'd like, Filipinos to be made aware of about German culture or Germany?
So what's right now happening in Germany is, for example, it's called St. Martin. We celebrate this usually on the 11th November, and it's a festival that is especially popular with children. It commemorates the story of St. Martin, a Roman soldier known for his compassion. So this most famous legend tells how he shared his cloak with a beggar on a cold day to help him, sharing as the central theme of this celebration. One highlight is the lantern procession, where children walk through the streets with handmade lanterns, singing songs like Laterne, Laterne, and so on. And what's also happening is often someone dressed as St. Martin rides a horse at the front of the procession, and at the end there's sometimes a big bonfire symbolizing warmth and community. Another tradition is eating a Martin's goose. This custom originates from the legend that Martin hid in a goose pen to avoid being made a bishop. But the Greeks betrayed him with their honking. So this festival reminds us how important it is to share, help others, and support one another. For children, it's a wonderful opportunity to learn these values in a playful and memorable way.
Okay, so is this something that just happens in Germany, not in other parts of Europe, just in Germany? Or is it also celebrated in other countries?
To be honest, I don't know, but I think it's really famous for Germany.
Okay, St. Martin, right? It's happening right now. That began Monday, November 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, well, we've got more tracks coming your way, but of course, Tobias is here to talk about Germany and also to talk about what he's doing in the Philippines teaching, as well as perhaps some food, Filipino food that he's tried. So if you have questions for him, go on ahead and let us know what they are. You may reach us via Facebook. That's on JAM88.3's Facebook page, or on my Facebook page. That's Roanna Jamir, spelled Roanna Jamir. Same goes for Instagram. And also, if you're not yet following Jam on Insta, do so. It's JAM883 We Rock Radio. And shout out to our Twitch chatters and viewers right about now. We've got 60 of you guys over there. Let's see. We've got some people asking about some pop punkish bands. Well, we'll go and read that in just a bit. In the meantime, if you'd like to also join our Twitch community, it's twitch.tv/jam883ph. Right now, here is System of a Down with Chop Suey on Jam 88.3, where everything rocks.
We can work it out.
Jam 88.3, that is music from Jars of Clay, Tea, and Sympathy. And that is a song I sent out to Char, who wanted to hear something from the band, so hopefully you appreciate that instead. And also, shout out to my Instagram live viewers. Tuned in right now, a few people, not in the Philippines actually, who are waving and basically just taking a peek. So thanks so much, appreciate it. Also, we have a guest today for the show, and this is the very first segment of the exchange where we talk about culture as well as travel. So welcome once again to the booth, TOBIAS WELTER.
Yeah, good morning again.
So earlier we talked about how you ended up in the Philippines, and it was really because of his exposure to traveling in Asia that got him to thinking, I would like to one day perhaps live in Asia. So when that opportunity came about, he decided to apply just for fun, and luckily he got in, and now he's been living here how many months now?
Almost 4 now.
4 months. All right. So you are in the Philippines. You've been here for 4 months. How different is Germany from the Philippines?
In any case, it's the warm-heartedness of the people here. In Germany, people help each other too, of course, but in Germany, people are much more distant. Here, people meet and just start talking to each other as if they were friends or acquaintances who haven't seen each other for a long time. What I also notice is a big difference here is the chaos, of course.
The chaos.
Yeah, the big
are you referring to the traffic?
Yeah, for example, the traffic or appointments.
Mm-hmm.
If you set up an appointment, let's say there's a Filipino time. So if you set up an appointment for 9 a.m., for example, it can also happen at 10 a.m. And everybody is relaxed and says, okay, I'm here. So it's fine. But in Germany things are much more organized. But that means also that people here are generally a bit more relaxed. So I mean here in the Philippines the people are more relaxed. The Germans are a bit more serious and they get stressed more quickly. Small things can quickly turn into something bigger. People here take things as they come and makes the best of them, which is impressive. For example, the typhoons, they are still enjoying their lives. They make the best things. If I imagine this would happen in Germany, the people will go crazy and they don't know what to do. But here the people still make the best of it. This is something the Germans could learn from this, to be a little bit more relaxed.
So do you feel that you're sort of consciously adapting to that sort of culture where you feel, now that you're living in the Philippines, you feel a bit more relaxed and not as stressed perhaps because, you know, people are more, what they would say is happy-go-lucky here? It's okay.
Yeah, so what I learned, not only right now, also in the last few years, that I take it as it comes. So if I can't change it, I don't have to be annoyed of it because I can't change it. So just deal with it. Mm-hmm. And that makes life much easier.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people in the Philippines just basically are more relaxed because there's a lot of things we cannot change.
Yeah.
So we have to learn how to deal with it and just change the way we feel about the situation and the event, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite interesting. So here's another thing that I think many people might not know, because we do have Filipino time, right? And we can't deny it. Come on, guys. We know that Filipino time is like one of the main Filipino cultural traits that, you know, people say, oh, Filipino time, right? We can't deny that. So this is quite the opposite in Germany, right? Like, I think in Germany, everybody's super punctual.
Yeah, of course. In Germany, punctuality is a sign of respect, reliability, and you're expected to be on time for appointments, meetings, or events.
Do you think that because of the traffic jams in the Philippines, sometimes that could be like almost an impossible thing to be able to achieve because of the unpredictability of the
so
roads?
in what me was told, for example, when I went to school and came late, and the excuse was, the bus was stuck or whatever, the teacher always told us, yeah, then you have to take a bus earlier. So in Germany there's no excuse. If you are stuck in traffic, then the boss will say, okay, then you have to drive earlier. Then you come maybe 20 minutes before, but you are still on time. So in Germany, that won't be an excuse.
Well, it definitely is a sign of respect to be on time when you have an appointment so that you don't waste other people's time while they're waiting for you, right? So you've now been a resident of the Philippines for a few months. When we return, we'll ask Toby what kind of Filipino food he's tried and perhaps what's the favorite one. So you can think about that for now.
So, of course, I tried many dishes, but to be honest, I don't remember the names. It's like when I will tell you now German dishes, and you will try one, and it's maybe your favorite. You will remember just the favorite, but the other names you will forget. So what I can say is that sisig is really delicious, but honestly, I didn't know what was in it beforehand. So who knows if I would have tried it.
If you knew what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoever said that should
But
not have said anything.
But now that I know what's in it, but I already know that I like it, so I will still eat it.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
matter anymore. All right, well, when we return, we'll ask more questions about Germany and perhaps even the language. So if you'd like to learn a few phrases, how to say it in German, make sure that you stick around. In the meantime, here is something from Drowning Pool. And what's the title of the song?
Let the bodies hit the floor.
All right, let the bodies hit the floor on Jam 88.3.
Hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the
Jam 88.3, that is Kid Rock with Only God Knows Why, and that is a song requested by Maria. Before that, Rebecca's song, Blind Melon with No Rain, and also, on top of that, Drowning Pool's Bodies. So we've got Vanfly Height, who says, even when there was light traffic way back in the 1980s, the Filipinos were already late when it comes to appointments. Well, I guess, yeah, traffic is definitely not an excuse. Once again, we have somebody from Deutschland, from Germany, Tobias Welter, who is here to talk about not only Germany, but also culture in Germany, but also food and how it is like living in the Philippines for the past few months. So, Toby, what is your favorite food in Germany that you feel you miss the most?
So right now I miss the most the döner or kebab, which is really famous. The kebab was invented by a Turk, so it's at least a Turkish dish, but the Turk invented it in Berlin, so it was founded in Germany. And
well, what is it like? I mean, can you describe? Is it like a topping on a bowl, or is it like a pizza? Is it like
so for a kebab you take a flat bread and put veal or chicken meat in it with salad, tomatoes or coleslaw, and then you can add some toppings like garlic sauce or the American sweet sauce, and of course this is, we would say, a really healthy fast food because it has also the vitamins because of the vegetables, salads, and so on. And yeah, this is one I miss most right now.
So is it like a sandwich or like a soft taco type sort of thing?
Yeah, you can compare it maybe with a taco or the sandwich.
And what is it called again? Döner?
Döner.
Döner. How do you spell that?
So it's D, then the O with double points, N-E-R.
Döner.
Yeah.
Döner. All right, there you go. So if you're ever in Germany, perhaps that's something that you should definitely check out and try to order so you get to experience what Toby is talking about.
Yeah.
Why it's the food that he misses the most from Germany. So I believe we have got more tracks coming your way, but also we have somebody on Twitch who says, hello, good evening, watching here in Galveston, Texas. Big fan of the show. Thank you so much, Ray Raven. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Also, if you'd like to join our Twitch viewers, because you can only not just listen, but also get to watch live, it's at twitch.tv/jam883ph. We are talking about Wednesday Wellness on Rock and Roll with me, Roanna. With me today is Tobias Welter from Germany, living in the Philippines now and talking about German culture as well as Filipino culture and how he's adapting to it. So, speaking of the culture, are you learning Tagalog?
So far I haven't started to learn Tagalog because it's still really difficult to organize the life, so I have to adjust the life here and organize my apartment.
So you're still settling in, basically.
Yeah. So I didn't imagine that it will take so much time. So that's might be a reason why I haven't started to learn Tagalog. But of course, I know some typical things like magandang umaga, kumusta, gusto ko, salamat, ganda, guapo, or I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but I also know gaga or gago.
Yeah, you can say that. That's not that bad of a word.
So I think these are words you remember very quickly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, for somebody who is most likely probably going to be interested in learning Tagalog, you are in the education industry, right? You are here as a teacher.
Yes.
And you are currently also teaching in German language.
Exactly. So I mentioned this earlier that I wrote an application to the German European School in Manila. And I'm teaching there chemistry and biology in German, of course. And that's my favorite job, so it's my passion.
But you are actually a scientist by profession.
So I have my Bachelor of Science in chemistry and biotechnique, but after my Bachelor of Science I also did the Masters of Education.
Okay, so that's why you're teaching now, and you're teaching basically your expertise in chemistry and biology.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, we've got more of Toby when we return. Right now, here is something from Inner Volume, and it's from our very own station manager here at JAM88.3. So if you don't know him yet, Glenn, if you're tuned in, Glenn Fernandez, this song is for you, of course. Hopefully we get to catch you live as you perform this on the drums. And this is JAM88.3. We rock radio. Welcome back to Rock and Roll, and this is Wednesday Wellness's segment, The Exchange, with Tobias Welter from Germany. So earlier we talked about some, perhaps some Tagalog words that he knows, but now maybe you'd like to go and let us know about some German words or some German phrases that are quite common that maybe people can use to say to their friends, to, their coworker, or just in general, just random things that, because I love languages. So I find that whenever I meet somebody from a certain country, for example, and let's say I know how to say hello in their language, I find that if I am in a crowd of people, I always end up standing out much more than the other people who don't know anything about that person's country or language.
Yeah.
So that's the fastest way to be able to gain some sort of like rapport with somebody from another country, and just to be able to get them to remember you, because it's like, oh, how do you know how to say that? It's like if you're Filipino and then you met some Russian person, for example, and then he says, oh, you're Filipino? Kamusta ka? You're like, what? How do you know that? Then it kind of gets the conversation going, and then they can say they lived in your country, or they have a best friend who is from your country, right? So what would you say are some of the phrases that people might be able to use in this context?
So the first word which comes into my mind is, so it's no offense, but the Philippines have a big drinking culture.
Doesn't Germany also have a big drinking culture?
Of course. I won't.
Oktoberfest is from Germany.
Yeah, of course. That's why I say it's no offense, because Germany, of course, has a big drinking culture too.
I think we're proud of our drinking culture.
Yeah, we can be proud of this, of course. And that's why the first word which comes into my mind was cheers, which is in German Prost.
Prost.
Yeah. And then, this typical things like how are you in German, it's then wie geht es dir.
Wie geht es dir?
Exactly. Or then the good morning. It's really similar. It's in German Guten Morgen.
I think it's very easy to remember, actually.
Yeah,
right?
it's really easy.
It sounds like good morning, but you say it with a German accent. Guten Morgen.
Yeah, you're right. It's the same with good night, for example. In good night in German is Gute Nacht.
Gute Nacht.
Yeah. And what else?
Bye. How do you say bye?
Bye. Bye is in German you can say tschüss.
Tschüss.
Yeah, or if you say
I like the longer version.
Yeah, or the longer version would be if you say, for example, in English, see you. In German, it's auf Wiedersehen. And then what else?
By the way, since you said auf Wiedersehen, basically everything that's W in German is pronounced like a V, right?
Yeah, right.
So the vehicle that we would normally say in the Philippines as Volkswagen is also then becomes an F. V sounds like an F, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be Volkswagen.
No, it's...
Wagon would be Wagen.
Yeah, let me pronounce it. It's in German you will say Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Where did the K come from?
It's VOLKS.
Just messing with you.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got those things. What about if somebody sneezes?
Then you will say Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
Yeah.
Which is basically like bless you, right?
Yeah, so Gesundheit means health.
Bless your health or to your health?
Yes, but the word Gesundheit means, if you translate it, it's just health.
Oh, really? You're just saying health?
Yeah. Yeah, because the person needs health then. Because
they sneeze.
Yeah.
Because normally in the past, in history, right, when somebody sneezes, it means, they're going to get sick. And so you kind of like bless them by saying health. Gesundheit.
Yeah.
Gesundheit. All right. We've got Mikey Mendoza who says his son, who is 8 years old, loves Germany.
Oh, really?
So hello to Mikey Mendoza's son. He says his son chose to dress up like a German this Halloween to take home a lot of candies. Is that with the, what do you call that hat with a feather? What is it called? And then the suspenders, right? What do you call that costume?
Maybe it's like an old traditional costume.
Like you see that in like Oktoberfest celebrations.
Yeah, maybe some.
Right.
But it's maybe more common to wear the leather pants and so on. So if you're talking about the hat, it's maybe like a hunting hat.
A hunting hat?
Yeah.
The one with the feather?
Yeah.
Hunting hat.
Yeah.
Is this something that a lot of people in Germany really wear? Do you have one?
I don't have. So I only know that my grandpa, when I was young, wear this. But usually the people don't wear a hat like this in public.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah.
Because it's like a costume type?
Yeah, so we are not used to this. So we got more modern. This is like, let's say, the old fashion.
Right. Well, I guess because it's very traditional, so you're like, okay, we don't want to do the super traditional any longer, but then for other cultures and other people, they're fascinated by the culture, so then they adapt and apply it when they can. Okay, well, that makes sense. Well, we've got more of our conversation with Tobias Welter for the exchange when we return. But first, I've got a Nirvana track coming up as requested by you on Twitch. So don't forget that you can join us on Twitch. That's at twitch.tv/jam883ph.
'Tis the season to experience the timeless songs and holiday hits of the one and only Mr. Christmas, Jose Maria.
JAM88.3, that is Nirvana Lithium, and that is a song requested over on Facebook. And also, we've got more tracks coming your way that have been requested earlier. So do not go anywhere. I do have some Mutiny as well as some Sandwich, and also The Cure requested by Chris, Jessame, Winner Win, and also Angelito. So before anything else, we do have Tobias Welter, who is here at the studio right now talking about Germany. So somebody on Twitch says, Don Mercado, he has something to contribute about the German traditional costume. He says the leather clothes that the men wear during Oktoberfest. He says leather trousers, Lederhosen. Did I pronounce that correctly? Is it Lederhosen or is it Lederhosen?
It's Lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, many people in different countries think that the Germans are wearing Lederhosen the whole time, but that's not true. We are not wearing the whole time.
Are you denying the fact that you have a Lederhosen?
No. I'm not denying the fact that we have it. I'm just denying that the people think we are wearing this the whole time.
So when do you wear it?
To be honest,
Yes.
I never wear it.
You never wear it, but you have it.
No, I don't. I even don't have it.
You don't have it.
No.
Okay. But the hat, you don't have that either.
No.
What is it called in German?
Jagdhut.
What?
Jagdhut.
Jagdhut?
Yeah.
Jagdhut.
Yes.
That's what it's called with a feather.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So now you know what that's called. The German leather trousers are called Lederhosen, and then the hat is called Jagdhut.
Jagdhut.
Jagdhut. All right. We have a tagline for you to read. So can you do that, and then I will just clip it, and then maybe I can play it on the show every now and then.
Yeah, of course I can.
All right, ready? Hit it.
Okay. Hello, my name is Tobias and I'm from Germany. Ihr hört JAM88.3, wo einfach alles rockt.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for that. Also, we've got Del Mercado who says he enjoys going to the mountains when he travels because he likes to be in nature. And coincidentally, this is something you're into as well, right?
Yeah.
Is there something that you've explored just within the vicinity of Metro Manila that you believe people should know about?
So of course in Rizal it was is it Rizal? I guess, yeah. It was the Daranak Falls, really beautiful. But this is maybe for some people who live in the south of Manila kind of far. So I've also been to Cavite, to the Moyang Falls, and it's awesome. So it's really peaceful, it's a really wonderful waterfall, and I guess if you live, for example, in Parañaque, where I'm from, it will take you maybe just 1 hour or 1.5 by riding the motorbike. So it's easily...
Is that close?
Yeah. So it's very easy to be in the nature. You just have to do some research, and then you will find easily some really beautiful places around Manila.
So what kind of research did you do? You just typed in like waterfalls?
Yeah, I just used my Google Maps app, and then I searched for waterfalls, for example.
But you see, this is like the thing that I think is great when we talk to people from different parts of the world, is that sometimes we end up taking for granted what we have in our neighborhood. Like, we're surrounded by islands, we're surrounded by water, we're surrounded by nature, and yet most of us in the Philippines, you have to admit, we spend our times in malls, in restaurants and bars, in air-conditioned rooms, and we forget about the nature that is at our disposal, that's just right out there, maybe 30 minutes, an hour drive away. And sometimes it takes somebody from outside, from a different place, where I'm pretty sure you don't have that many waterfalls in Germany.
Of course we have, but not
it's not that
many.
accessible. No.
And for some people, or I guess many people, they flew around the world just to visit this waterfall, which is maybe next to you.
Right, exactly. So sometimes we have to look just within our backyard to find the beauty in what is there. And of course, we are an island in the tropics, so we have all of this, oceans, waterfalls, natural rivers and lakes and whatnot. So it's time to appreciate our own attraction as well, and of course our own nature. So with that in mind, we are now coming down to a close for our show for today on Rock and Row with me, Roanna, and also Tobias Welter, who is guesting for the exchange. Is there anybody tuned in right now that you'd like to say hello to?
Yeah, of course. I know there are definitely some colleagues listening, and I wish Anis, Shadeen, and Jason a good morning. And then I'd like to greet my parents and my sister in Germany. And I really want to say thank you for this interview and that I was able to let you know some informations about a German guy.
Well, thank you so much for dropping by and sharing with us your very own firsthand knowledge about German culture and Germany, and just, your experience living in the Philippines as a German expat. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Tobias Welter. Would you like to announce this song? It's probably the only German song we have in the playlist, so we have to take advantage of this. Whether or not Tobias is a fan of Rammstein, because I know everybody loves Rammstein if they're not German. But if they're German, they're like, what?
So
you like Rammstein? Why?
Yeah, so the following song is from Rammstein, Du hast.
Oh, it's Rammstein. That's how you should say it.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to say it like that. I always said it was Rammstein. It's Rammstein.
Yeah, it's Rammstein.
Wait, what?
Rammstein.
Rammstein with Du hast. This is JAM 88.3, where everything rocks. Bye.